Hi, Jolie DeCleva here, and today I'm going to talk about how to use herbs and spices in your cooking. As many of you know, I am wild about essential oils, and I use essential oils not only for my natural health care, but also in my cooking. But we're going to take a little bit different direction today and look at the medicinal value and how to really give your cooking pizzazz by using herbs and spices. So starting from the beginning, what is an herb and spice? So herbs are actually the leaves of dried plants, and then the roots, stems, and seeds. When those are ground up, we consider those spices. The benefit of using herbs and spices is to make your food flavorful and give it personality while adding all this medicinal and wonderful punch of health benefits. Many chefs hesitate using essential oils because it seems like a free-for-all, like maybe just add a little this and that, and what if I ruin my food? And that has happened, and it can get expensive. You might need to throw out your meal and order takeout. But let me give you some guidelines to prevent you from having to do that. First, let's talk about the medicinal benefits. There is a dietitian, Monica Morena, who listed a bunch of herbs and spices and their medicinal value. So I want to start there so you can think about the 5 to 8 herbs and spices that you want to start with. First of all, Monica Morena, she says that herbs and spices fight inflammation and reduce damage to your body's cells because each one is rich in phytochemicals. So you can find her article in WebMD. She says that cardamom helps fight inflammation and is high in minerals, including zinc. Chili peppers boost metabolism and can keep your cells, your blood vessels healthy rather. Cinnamon may help fend off free radicals that can damage cells. And cumin is rich in iron and may play a role in weight loss. Garlic contains allicin, which can lower one's chance of getting heart disease and may assist with high blood pressure. By the way, it needs to either be crushed or chopped finely to release that. Ginger is well known to support digestional health. So we hear about that. It also has anti-inflammatory properties and it's high in antioxidants. And then turmeric is really wonderful in anti-inflammation. And this one has been studied far and wide, and it's really helpful for pain, things like arthritis and joint pain, aches and pains. So turmeric is great to add to your food. It has curcumin in it. Okay, you may be wondering where to start. I researched a little bit, and there's a website called Spice Advice, so that's a great place to go if you're curious about what to add to what dish. They do suggest starting with 5 to 8 herbs and spices that you already know that you enjoy. At my house, we love garlic powder, cumin, we love paprika, we use onion powder, we use oregano, basil, lemon peel. I mean, we use a bunch, but you want to start with a few and don't buy huge containers because they actually lose their flavor after about 12 months. So you want to keep them in a dry, cool place when you're not using them and rotate them out as they're losing their tastiness. When you use fresh herbs, the medicinal benefit is greater than if you're using the dried form. So when at all possible, use those fresh herbs. However, keep in mind that the fresh herbs, while they're more medicinally beneficial, they're not as flavorful. So the dried herbs are actually 4 times more potent than the fresh ones. So just your recipes accordingly. Most recipes assume you're using dried herbs, so you might need to use 4 times as much if you're using the fresh version, and go for it. It'll be delicious, it'll create beautiful color, you'll love it, but just know you need a little bit more. All right, most herbs actually lose their taste after they've been in a hot pan for too long. So bay leaves are the exception. They actually are released slowly, and so they're nice for stews and soups. But when you're cooking, usually you want to add your herbs and spices in the last 15 minutes so that you don't lose that flavor. On the flip side, if you're making something cold, like a cheese or a sauce or something that is going to be refrigerated, then you want to add your herbs and spices and let it sit for 3 hours or so, so that those flavors get infused into the food. A couple little tips to add pizzazz to your cooking. It's a good idea to take your spice and put it in your hand and then mush it up or chop it up or grind it up just a little bit and then put it in your pot. It'll help release some of those delicious flavors. And if you are using fresh herbs, you want to make sure to chop it really, really fine to get the most surface area for the same reason. It's also a good idea to avoid pouring your spice right on top of a hot cauldron or, bubbling soup, because that steam can get up and actually destroy the rest of your spice, causing it to go bad. So we don't want to do that. So I've given you some pointers. I want you to start small, slowly, add a little, wait a little bit, stir it, taste it, make it from your hand into the pot, not pour it in, because then we also, in addition to maybe getting steam in there, we can lose track of how much we've added. And we want to be able to repeat the recipe, and we don't want to have to order takeout. So enjoy using your herbs and spices. They're just a wonderful way to add flavor without adding sugar or calories or salt or anything, and get those beautiful medicinal values. All right, if you're interested in my cooking class on Friday, please RSVP. Bye.